vintage Lambo, and it's going to be all about steering boxes on the 350, 400, 400 2+2 Acelero. So I have a nice 68 one here. It looks bad on the outside, good on the inside. So please follow along, and we're going to try and duplicate how well this one feels onto the 350. So I found a few things, so stick around and we'll have at it. Okay, I'll roll the film. All right, just a little bit of a note here on the drag link to the pitman arm right here. You see this little cotter pin? It was just straight stuck in. It didn't do anything. It's actually fortunate to be there. It just came right out because it's not folded up over here. It's extremely tight in here. And when you put the cotter pin in, you have to really work it to get this thing to properly go in so it can lock. And then also, I'm going to be working on this steering box to see about adjusting it. You can see how this just moves. I don't know if you can really tell. Let me just try and do something like this. See if you see any movement there? Tough to let you know, but you can sort of hear this sort of go back and forth. Maybe like this. All right, yeah. Anyway, that's on it. We're going to take this stuff off and attend to everything, get it all cleaned up and working well. And we're going to take the pitman arm off, change out this seal. Okay, I'll also go and I'll show you how to really trim these cotter pins. At least I'll do it how we did it in the airlines. All right, let's look at the steering box slop right here. So you can see the line right there. And so when I move it that way, so you can, that seems pretty considerable, and I'd love to bring it down a minimum of 50%. All right, and to get to this gearbox in the car, you really need to take the headlight out, and I'm just inspecting things right now, and I'll get into doing adjustment as soon as I just check it out. All right, let's take a look at a box that's obviously out of a car, and it's out of a car, and it takes some doing to get out of the car. Now you can see we have some rust right here, and this is just the way they are. You're talking 60 plus years on some of these things, and it just takes a little doing to get these things out. Now, this is again 68 Acelero, but it's the same as the 350. Now we're going to be adjusting the 350, and what I want to kind of show you here, this box is adjusted well, no problem. It just looks bad, but the inside, fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in just for a second here. I'm going to show you on the front, there's a little hash mark here. Okay, you can probably see that, I think, right there. That's going to line up with the pitman arm. Now, let me zoom up a little bit here. And I'll bring this down maybe. You see a little mark right there on the shaft? And do you see the hash mark right here? Let me see if I'm, sorry, I'm not the photographer. Hash mark right there. So these need to line up. Now, that's where you adjust on these boxes, because that's where you want it to be as, I don't want to say tight, I just want to say you want to have the least amount of slop, but also you don't want friction either. You don't want it to feel like it's clunk, 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 you know, like it's like a gear tooth type of action that you would feel. So let me just zoom back out. Okay. All right, so essentially this is about 5 turns, okay? And so we had the hash mark right there. And so we're going to come 1, 2 and a half. Right there. So you can see you got them all set up. This is your center point. This is where the steering wheel is perfectly ready to go straight down the road. This should have the minimum amount of slop. This is very, very good. I mean, unbelievably good. And then the top here, again, it's pretty firm and it's really spot on, just spot on. Okay, so let me just put my hand down here, and I won't exaggerate or anything like that. And I'm gonna really tug with this, and I can't move it. Now, when I move away from the center and I go towards the extreme, watch what I can do. Look at that. I can move it. So this is how they are designed, that when you come to the center, that's where you want it to be firmed up, but not to the point of feeling a gear type of mesh. So you just want to get it as close as you can, that it's firm, but not sloppy like out here. Okay, so that's the story on this. On the 350, we're going to just make sure that everything is spot on all the adjustments before I do the adjustment on it. We're going to inspect it, what I can inspect on the car, and then we're going to do the adjustment on the car, and that's what we're going to do on that. But I thought I'd at least show you the steering box that is on the car. Okay, onwards. All right, now I have a box. I have a 68 Acelero, and it feels so good, and this one does not pass mustard. Now, you see this ring right here? It's stuck. I mean, I can't move it. This ring is, right now, it's 0.35 millimeter. Okay, so from this to this, 0.35 millimeter. Now let's look at the other box. Okay, so this is a 68 Acelero box that felt super good. This is a 69 Acelero box that's apart. This ring fits in here. There's no threads on it. This thing just will slide back and forth, whatever the dimension that you have on there. So you see how it has a shim. This is a factory shim on it. So right now, that, as far as that cap and shim, it had nothing as far as the movement of that. That should have been moved out to right here. You see the how that's in. So this should be proud of this surface, absolutely. And then you have a shim on it, which makes it come out a little bit more for the adjustment. But on that one, it was 0.35 millimeter. This is 1 millimeter. So since this box works really well, I'm going to really take the adjustments that are on this box and try and duplicate those on the 350 box and see if everything aligns. If hard to show, sorry about that. But we need to get this lined up in the middle. And this needs to be lined up in the supposed middle that it was designed to do. So if it's this way a little bit, when you try and adjust this guy from the top with this guy right here, there's going to be some binding, absolutely. So this is my logic right now, is that this one, love it. I'm going to try and see if that one, I can love it also with adjustments like I have on this one. Okay, so that's it at the moment. We'll get back to you soon. All right, well, please like and subscribe. I'll get into this. I have to get that come apart and everything like that. And I'll just get this out here. This is going to be like part 1. All right, please like and subscribe. See you soon. Bye-bye now.